That trial 7 years ago was the beginning of it all. This I know beyond a doubt. The mysteries of the past work their magic on the present, but you'll soon be finding all of this out for yourself. Which of Magnifi Gramarye's disciples pulled that trigger? Where did the vanishing defendant, Zach Gramarye, go? I have a pretty strong theory on that one, at least. What dark truth lurks behind the forged diary page? And what about the girl who was left behind? Pretty messed up of him to just leave her behind. Oh, whoa, hello, what's going on? What? The past left us these 4 keys to unlocking the truth. But that's not all. There are 4 keys in the present as well. And when all the questions have found their answers, the final trial will begin. But first, you must chase the truth through then and now. Think of it as a game. What? I, Phoenix Wright, will be your guide through this game. Okay. That terrible trial saw me present forged evidence. It ended half-finished with the defendant when the defendant vanished. What became of me after that? As your investigation proceeds, the answer will become clear. Oh, and one more thing. There's something I must tell you. As Apollo Justice has his bracelet, so too do I have my own weapon of sorts. The Magatama. What does it do, you ask? That I would have you see for yourself. Haha! Joke's on you, Phoenix, surfer of the interwebs. I played the prior games. I know what it does. Well now, shall we begin? Use L and R to jump between the past and present. But let's begin 7 years ago, in the past. It is right after my last trial came to an abrupt end. Now that you know the game, let's play. You're putting an awful lot of faith in me right now to understand what's going on. I assure you, I don't. Okay. I see. Huh. Okay. I don't. I don't. Okay. Sure, I guess. The nightmare trial was over. And the new nightmare of figuring out what had happened had just begun. I wanted to wake up, to walk away. But I figured I'm the only one who could do this. Probably. And besides, I had plenty of time. Thanks to the Bar Association Review Board's decision. It's hard to work when your attorney's badge has been taken away. Pain! Okay. Oh! What strange sight doth mine eyes behold? Excuse me? 2 men on either side of a single transparent pane. Yet it seems fickle fate has switched sides, so to speak. The forger of fakes walks freely, while the innocent languishes within these plexiglass confines. There's been no proof that I forged anything, nor proof that I took the life of my dear mentor. Yet, these chains cannot hold me for long. The stage awaits. And what, may I ask, awaits you? Little piano and a cold little hole in the wall. But since you are here, what shall we discuss? The shooting of Magnifi Gramarye, for one. Who pulled that trigger? Valent or his partner, Zach? His partner vanished before the answer could be found. I mean, it sure as all hell looked like it was him to me. If I'm gonna get any closer to the truth, this is the place to start. Okay, so what do I have on? Oh, I have everything on me. Gotcha. Oh, okie dokie. I have to hand it to my partner. He knows how to make an exit. That's talent. Although admittedly, I would have appreciated a puff of smoke, a blinding light, something. It was weird. It was like he cross-faded out of existence. I'm gonna be honest with you. I really don't know how he did that. Yes, he made my attorney's badge disappear and he never even touched it. Glory's spotlight always leaves someone weeping in the shadows. Yet his very disappearance is itself a revelation. Revealing what? Zach Gramarye killed Magnifi. It's as good as a signed confession. So saith I, the guy that probably actually did it, let's be real. That's certainly been public opinion's take on it. Yeah, I mean, fleeing the court and vanishing is never a great look, I admit. I grow tired of my cage. And the time of my release is near. I must go and prepare. Planning on jumping back into the magic right away?
Magic!
As long as an audience waits with bated breath and steady hand, there will be Valent. And also, yes, now that my partner has disappeared, Magnifi's repertoire is mine. Valent Gramarye has a tradition to uphold. Is that true? Seen in this light, the trial was quite good to me. Verdict or no. And you can't pay for that kind of publicity. That's certainly a take. Gonna be honest with you, it's not earning you a lot of points with me, though. The suspicion on you hasn't lifted entirely, Valent. After all, you received one of those letters too. You were just as obligated to follow Magnifi's instructions as your partner. So I was, but only Zach Gramarye followed them. Deal with it, I guess. Let us not speak any more of who shot what. You say it as if it matters at this juncture, and I know that to you it does, but to me I don't give a dip. Now that my partner has vanished, the question is moot. I'm more interested in learning something else, actually. What might that be? I want to know what Magnifi had up his sleeve. How could he coerce you and your partner to kill him? The trick up his sleeve? Perhaps you do not know. Know what? A great magician never reveals his secrets. Why on earth would I ever be helpful to you? Oh, it's been a while since I've had that. Whoa! I didn't think it would be that easy. The audience must remain forever in the audience, bathing in the reflected glow of the spotlight. My Magatama, one of my most prized possessions, which I got during a certain case. It's his most, it's one of his most prized possessions. Oh, that makes me happy. It can show me the locks on people's hearts. And if I can unlock their hearts, they'll tell me their secrets. The Magatama starts it all. And the Magatama ends it. I see. Okay, alright, but before I do something like that, I wager there's gotta be pretty good odds that I can get more information elsewhere, right? Like, I could, yeah, if I go to the other places, I could probably get more stuff. If I remember how, breaking those Magatama locks and everything, it's gonna require a whole lot of stuff. And I feel like we could probably get more. Man, everything feels so, I don't know, darkly nostalgic. Didn't think I'd be back here for a while. I didn't want to have to remember that day. Though I deeply regret having to declare a verdict in this way, this trial is over. Ah, Your Honor! Yes, Mr. Zach? There's one thing I wish to make clear. Today in this courtroom, you cannot declare me guilty. What are you talking about? I am talking about this Shihoka thing! Mr. Enigmar! Defendant escape! Find him! Bailiff, close those exits! do legitimately ponder how on earth he managed to get out of this place. Maybe he was never in the courtroom to begin with. When I came here on that fateful morning, I still had my badge. But now, like an amputated limb, I can still feel it itching. Ooh. Where do I start? I don't even have the authority to investigate. Hey, you there, sir! Oh, dear God almighty, it's Meekins, hi! Down on the hands, floor on your head, now, now, now! What's the big my ears! It's almost like I summoned him or something. No unauthorized personnel aren't allowed in here. You got some bad words speaking, my guy. But that would mean all unauthorized personnel are allowed. Zoink! I just say it like it is, sir. And it's usually wrong. Thrown out of the precinct. Lost my friends, my girl, and even my wallet. Okay. We've met before, haven't we? How could you forget a loser like this? On a case 2 years ago? No recollection of that, sir. I don't think you understand the amount of turmoil I go through on the daily. Huh? For me, working on a case is always in the present progressive tense, sir. There is no past. There is only now, sir. Okay, okay. You're the bailiff? Since when did that happen? Yes, sir. Court bailiff Mike Meekins at your service, sir. Then why are you still dressed like a cop? I've asked to meet with the bailiff at this court who let the magician escape. Let me try to make this as absolutely clear as possible for you, sir. It was me, sir. But you were a regular police officer once, right? Sometimes bad things happen to good people, sir. Boy, don't I know it. Something tells me it's a long story. Let's not go there. So, you were in charge of security at the time of the vanishing? I'm dying over here! Oh! Oh, it's a hard knock life! Sir! Thrown out of the precinct. Lost my friends, my girl, and even my wallet. Guess I wasn't the only victim. Yeah, I would imagine you probably got the business end of a lot of things after what happened, huh? You know what? Part of me just wants to be sympathetic, honestly. Last time we met, you were a police officer, right? In fact, you're still wearing your uniform. I assume it's because they didn't want to make you a new sprite, but like... Is there an in-universe reason for that? Sir, I wish I didn't have to tell you this. But last year, tragedy struck a rising star at the precinct. I lost my case files 4 times in 3 days. They fired me. It takes real talent, actually. They don't know what they're missing. So here I am, sir, forced to start from square one, a lowly bailiff. Is a bailiff really considered that lowly of a position? I mean, I get that it's security detail, but that doesn't seem like such a bad gig. But your uniform. I took it with me as a souvenir the day I was fired. I don't think you're allowed to do that. That can't be legal. So, you were the one who let the magician get away that day? I'm dying over here! A star rises among the court bailiffs full of hope, then tragedy strikes. Is there anything you can tell me about it? About Zach Gramarie's disappearance? Oh, the humanity! That's enough of that. You know, my patience and sympathy can only run for so long before, you know, your general lack of charisma and overwhelming presence of annoyance is just kinda gonna overwhelm me, you know? Why, yes, I'd say it was around 2 p.m. when I heard a commotion in court. I opened the door to see what might be amiss. The door slams open, slam, and some guy's face is right there in front of me. Face! So, you saw someone suspicious coming your way? Yes, and I, being a bailiff of little standing, I gave chase. I chased that silk hat all the way down the hall, sir. I have a diagram. Oh, I have a diagram of the court building here. Ah! There's courtroom number 7. That's where I was, sir. All by myself. Nary a friend to call my own. Yeah, cool. And which way did Zach run after bursting through the courtroom door? He went up like this, and around the corner like that. So I, with no delay, ran after him with no delay. When I turned the corner, I saw that magic man run into the defendant lobby. Swiftly I ran. Following him, I threw myself boldly into the room. Why, I remember it like it was right here, because it was. Lobby number 2, sir. You ran into this room? I don't see any place to hide in here. Believe it or not, I am not walking on air. Here, in this room, the magician, gone, vanished, like a puff of smoke. Except there wasn't even any smoke. He was just gone. That's impossible. I'm actively trying to strain my own voice to talk like this guy. Yes, that word. Oh, how many times have I said that word? Even the sound of it causes me indescribable pain. I'm dying. I'm dying over here. Okay, I won't say it again, promise. Jesus. But you have to admit, it's difficult to vanish into thin air. Did you search the lobby? I searched. Why the pause? There was nothing here at all, sir. That's right, nothing was here, sir. Nobody talks so loud and still be hiding something. So, Zach was in this room when he vanished? Absolutely, sir. I saw him with my own eyes. I have 2 of those. What? The red silk hat, the flowing cape. I mean, I'd much more comfortably call them pink, but okay. He ran right in here, right inside this room. Silk hat, cape. That's Zach, all right. Or it was Valent, but no, it was Zach, but you know. Or I guess it could have been Trucy. But sir, look at the room. There's not a single place to hide. Sir, there was nothing I could do, but nothing, sir. What about now? Have any ideas? Sir! Ideas about what exactly, sir, if you don't mind me asking? You've had quite a bit of time since then. Has nothing occurred to you at all? Do you have any idea what trick he might have used to disappear like that? I see. Cyclops! Should've known. Alright then. Well, that's 2 Cyclops scenarios I gotta get myself through. Oh, it's the memories. I just want to get all possible information from everything I possibly can before I even attempt to get through any of these things. Oh! Morning, Daddy. Ah, I'm so glad you came. You okay, Daddy? They picking on you? Ha! Ha 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 ha! Yes! This old boy here is to help me after all. That's a young man to you. And I will pick that leaf off the ground. Good morning. That's a cute outfit you have on. You do be heckin' tiny. Thanks! My first show's today, after all. 2 weeks had passed since then. I called her into my office. Oh no! Sad baby! Trucy, there's something we need to talk about. It's been 2 weeks since your father disappeared. We need to start thinking about your future. I, did some calling around. This is hard to say, but you have no living relatives. It says an insurmountably large amount to me that Phoenix just... I want to see everything, but we know that he takes her in, and I find that unbelievably sweet. So, I was wondering if you wanted to stay with me for a while. Just until your daddy comes home. It won't be long. I hope. Of course, it's totally your choice. If you don't like it here, you can go wherever you'd like. I could look up some places you might like to stay at. This is so weird. Mr. Attorney, Daddy told me about you. He said I could trust you. Huh? Really? So, if I stay here, does that mean you'll be my family? Huh? I guess so. Getting weirder. Mr. Attorney, actually, why don't you call... That's so cute! Why don't you call me Nick? Or you can call me Daddy if you'd like. It doesn't have to be today or anything.
Okay, say, Daddy?
Well, that was quick. Yes?
If I move here, I have to switch schools, right? And I was thinking, I haven't paid for lunches at my last school for a year. So, thanks! Oh, and this office? It's a little blah. A little color goes a long way, you know. Oh, and Daddy, you got fired from work, right? Don't you worry one bit. I'll work twice as hard. We'll make it through this. Trucy, how old are you? Oh, I'm 8. But don't let appearances deceive you. I'm a young professional. Stick with me and you'll do just fine, Daddy.
Thanks. Why does it feel like she's already in charge?
Probably because she is.
Alright, let's talk about this.
So, Daddy, you got fired from being a lawyer, right?
I wish you'd stop saying it so much. You could at least kind of look aside or something when you say that. It's actually kind of hard for me. For Daddy.
Oh, I'm sorry, Daddy. Wait, is that foolish pride? My other daddy always used to talk about that.
Actually, that's pretty accurate.
So, here's my idea. We'll make a new office. Law just seems so stiff, doesn't it? And no one will be my friend at school that way.
Well, that won't do, I guess. I just don't know much about anything other than law. Or even much about law, if you were to ask some people. Damn.
Maybe the problem is calling it an office. We should run an agency instead.
You mean, like a talent agency? Forgive me for asking, but doesn't that require talent?
You got me, don't you? I'm a professional.
A professional?
Yep. After all, I am directly descended from the famous Zach Gramarye.
Directly descended?
He's your father. Oh, and now I'm directly descended from the famous Phoenix Wright, too.
I think an 8-year-old just massaged my ego.
Could you tell me a bit more about your daddy, Zach Gramarye?
Daddy? Sure thing. Daddy. God damn, it's really making me say that word a lot.
Which daddy was that again? Daddy's So Amazing! The biggest star of Troop Gramarye, and they're big!
The Gramaryes. They were on television a lot. Haven't seen them on much recently, come to think of it.
Big magic happens when you put Zach and Val and Gramarye together, you know. Once they made a giant waterfall right there on the stage. And this giant trout swam up the giant waterfall, and then it turned into like this big blue dragon thing. It was neat.
Let me guess, there was a giant fisherman waiting for him at the top?
I wish I could have seen more of Daddy's magic.
Oh, ew. I shouldn't have brought it up so soon.
I wonder what'll happen to me with Daddy and Mommy both gone.
Yeah, you mind, talking about that?
Yeah, what about Mommy?
I haven't heard anything about Trucy's mother.
But I have my magic, and a great daddy even if he is unemployed. You know, I think things are gonna be okay.
I wonder if she'll talk about her mother. Let's talk about the professional, though. So, Trucy, you're a professional?
Yes, it's like that thing they say. Baby frogs grow up to be frogs.
They say that?
I always thought it was funny, though.
What was?
Aren't baby frogs called tadpoles? Maybe they thought it would be easier to understand that way for kids. That's stupid.
Right. So, in conclusion, you're a professional magician, Trucy?
That's right! Well, want to see a trick?
You're going to do a magic trick? Sure. As long as it's not the... depends on which one. Hang on. Which of your tricks from the present are you gonna do now? Actually, I would like to see your trick. The future of the agency depends on it, after all.
That's the spirit! Ready? Here goes! Ta-da!
Oh, Jesus Christ, you really already have that?
Hey folks, it's Mr. Hat. I gotta say, it's good to be seen. Okay, you know what? I sort of noticed this when we saw her operate Mr. Hat in the present. You could very, 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 very subtly kind of see her back arm move slightly whenever she made Mr. Hat talk. But now that she's like super little, you can see like an entire nudge of her cape, showing that she's not as good at this yet. That's so cute. Yeah! Big Hat! That was startling. The amazing Mr. Hat! Isn't he great? Your friendly neighborhood Mr. Hat at your service.
She also looks to the side. He certainly makes an impression.
Doesn't he? I'm so glad you like him. Though my routines do get a bit heady at times. Ah, get it? Heady. My friendly neighborhood Mr. Hat nearly gave me a heart attack. Oh, there we go. Okay, startlingly realistic. Honestly, isn't Mr. Hat, like, even taller than you are at this point? Kinda... I mean, I was baffled that you were able to conceal him before, or I guess in the present, but now that's even more confusing. Could you tell me about your mommy, if it's okay? Mommy was so pretty. She was like an angel up on stage. On stage? You mean with your daddy? Wait. Oh my god, really? And she had amnesia! Okay, dropping the pretense. Whoa. Yep. She was always there with Zach and Valent, smiling. But then she went away. Went away? It was a grand illusion, but she made a mistake. She vanished, and I guess she didn't know how to get back. Maybe so. I cried then. A lot. That's when Daddy gave me this. Here. This is your mother? She's beautiful. Oh my god. Her name's Thalassa? Thalassa Gramarye. Poor girl. I didn't know her mommy had gone missing. Now her daddy's vanished too, right before our eyes. Hey, Daddy, you won't... Don't worry, I won't vanish, I promise. Right. You can't even do magic. You're like a backup plan. Daddy always said to have a backup plan. I guess all I rate is a backup plan. Okay. I was right to check this stuff out. I think that's probably enough for today. Sorry to ask you so much all at once like that. It's okay. After all, we're family. I just hope you're ready. The Right Talent Agency opens tomorrow. But are we representing anyone? Me and you. That makes two. I think you need more than that to make an agency. Besides, you may be a magician, but I'm no talent. Oh, I'm sure there's something you're good at. Well, when you put it that way. You mean you don't have any tricks? No old standbys? That'll not do. A boy should always have a trick or two in his pocket. Okay, I'll think of something. That's the spirit. See you bright and early tomorrow, Daddy. No. Is painfully adorable. She even does like a little hop to make her hat pop up high enough for Mr. Hat to grab it. Welcome to the team, Daddy-O. The team, right. Well, that was adorable. I loved it. Sometimes when magicians vanish, they leave something behind. That's how Trucy became Trucy Wright, my daughter. To be honest, I was pretty lost those first few days. Thinking back on it, it was a pretty dark time in my life. But Trucy, happy, smiling Trucy, she was my light. My heart. Okay, so that's what happens when you've got... Okay. Well, let's check out Drew's studio, then. Once we do that, we should probably be able to do something with one of these things. Also, wow, this place is a sty. I figured you'd come here sooner or later. Well, you were right. I decided on sooner. Drew Masham, was it? I haven't done anything illegal. And I didn't come here to whine about past events. I wanted to ask you some questions. I suppose you have that right. Considering the whole ruining your life thing that I did, I guess. The day the entire court descended into chaos. Only you stood still, your eyes calmly watching. I admit, it made quite an impression on me. I'm used to finding myself in outrageous situations. Considering he's only been a lawyer for like, what, 4 years? Tops? Goddamn, man. The things he's seen. Phoenix Wright, was it? I'll answer what I can. I'm not sure, but it feels like I'm being watched. Intensely. Oh. It's her, but much tinier, and with an adorable sketch pad. Ah, this is my daughter. Vera, say hello. I don't wanna. Okay then, and she's out of here. Shall we begin then? I suppose we shall. Judging from this place, you're a painter? Not, sadly, a profitable one. I've never sold a painting. It's a source of considerable embarrassment. I would be able to get by were it only me. Your daughter? Her mother grew weary of me and left. I don't want her to grow up needy, Mr. Wright. That is why I began my other occupation. Forgeries. Okay, well... I mean, a crime is a crime no matter how you look at it, but I can mildly respect the reasoning behind it. Don't look at me with those eyes. I know what it is that I do. More than half of the paintings they bring me are stolen. And who knows what my copies are used for. But some of your works aren't paintings, correct? You may not believe me when I tell you this, but that was my first work outside of painting. What? To think it would be used as evidence in a murder trial. I never even imagined the possibility. Then why did you take the job? I was well paid. Very well paid. I think he feels worse about it than I do. The past is hard to escape. Honestly, the sooner I can put this behind me, the better. With apologies to you, of course. Sorry, but it's not going to be quite so easy. He's trying to forget what he made. Looks like I'll have to remind him. Okay, you mean like... Yeah, I should have it in here. Your work. Don't try to pretend you've forgotten. Sure, all you did was make a copy, but that copy might have destroyed the life of an innocent man. I'm responsible too, which is why I have to know. And you have to tell me. I knew it would be difficult to escape this. Then let's talk. Okay. Well then, ready to tell me about this work you did? It was unlike anything I had attempted before. I guess it would be a little different from paintings. This is not what I mean. In all my previous work, it sufficed to create a copy. This wasn't a copy? The client gave me two things that day. The first was a sample page, as reference. The second, a printed document I can only surmise was written by my client. So you use the real writing as reference to reproduce what the client wrote? Yes. As I said, it was my first job of that nature. So, who was your client? As I said in court, I do not know. Really? Even for such a suspicious request? If it was me, I'd want to know as much as I could about the requester. I never met them. Not personally, And so it has begun again. My goodness. Seems like you're still hiding something. Something about this work. Okay. Let me see something then. Okay, if I were to go to the present, is everything still locked up there? Sure is. Okay, I should probably be able to beat at least one of these things at this point, right? I feel like Valant is like the grand summation of events, though, so that's probably not it. Meekins has never been a tough nut to crack. We can at least check that out. Okay. Let's see. Talking and presenting. Did you just see them graphics right there? God dang!
Good graphics!
Alright, let's see if we can do something about this. Okay, Mr. Meekins. What do you know? Spit it out. Hey! Ooh, what's with the atmosphere in here all of a sudden? You know something, and I'm gonna find out what. Zach Gramarye vanished from this room. How'd he do it? House? Well, sir, I can't say Sir! Why are you so nervous if you aren't hiding something? Well, sir, you see, at the time, sir, I was here and... Listen! It was impossible! What could such a little girl possibly do anyway? What'd you just say? Yarg, sir, did I say something? Probably not. No, you screamed it through that megaphone of yours. Kinda hard to forget, unless your entire goal is to make me go deaf and... I mean, I guess that's a viable tactic. Messed up, though. There was someone else in the room, wasn't there? Sir, I'm going to have to invoke my right to remain in a state of not talking. It's okay, Meekins. You don't have to tell me who Zach's accomplice was. I knew who was here in the room that day. This is easy peasy if there ever was one. Sir, I circle. I've never seen that girl until just the other day. Mr. Meekins, I'm not buying it. No! Sir, that day, she was here in the room, sir. But he wasn't. You mean you chased her into this room, not him? Sir, in my days as a police officer, literally days, I learned a thing or two. Okay, just one thing, but it was how not to mistake for a girl for a 7-foot-tall magician. 7 feet? Zach isn't that tall. You have a point. And I find it hard to imagine that anyone would mistake a little girl for Zach Gramarye. But you saw something, and therein lies the trick. I think you know what it was, Mr. Meekins. Tell me, does this trick look familiar? And it was good that I decided to go and talk to people. Yeah, it was him. What's that? The girl's favorite trick. The amazing Mr. Hats. She used it in her show down at the Wonder Bar. Have you been to the Wonder Bar? So, it wasn't a walking dream, was it, sir? Or a waking one, rather. Come again? That night on stage, I saw a vision. Except it wasn't a vision. It was more like an actual thing. It was a hat. An amazing Mr. Hat. He really exists. Yes. Yes, sir, he does. Okay, so you want to talk about it now? I remember it clearly, though the details are a little vague. Zach Gramarye exited the courtroom. I gave chase and cornered him in the corner room, sir. Zach Gramarye, don't even think you can escape Meekins! Down on your hands, floor on your head. Hello? Why are you so small? Something the matter, mister? No. That is... Sir, I'm currently chasing a suspect, sir. Zach Gramarye, do you know him? Oh, I love Zach Gramarye. His magic is the best. I'm his biggest fan. I see. That's why you're wearing that costume you're wearing. Anyway, that very same Zach came into this room. No one's been in here except me. But he has to be in here somewhere. Under the sofa, in the trash can, behind the painting, under the rug. So, Trucy was his accomplice. Imagine my astonished surprise when 1 week later, I just happened to walk into a bar and see him. Mr. Hat. I couldn't believe my own eyes. For a while, I thought it had all been a long dream. A dream that lasted a week? But it wasn't the magician who disappeared. It was Mr. Hat. Sniffle bubble. Though it seems complex, what really happened that day was quite simple. You were standing by the door, and out came Zach. And out came Zach! But that wasn't all. Another person got in on the act, and she was standing in front of lobby number 2. The little one, along with Mr. Hat. And that's the beauty... Oh, and that's the beauty of it, isn't it? So, while you're standing in shock and amazement, the magician rounds the corner, and most likely runs through the closest door into lobby number 1. This is where you come in. You turn the corner in rather lukewarm pursuit. And at that very moment, Trucy runs into lobby number 2. Then, all she had to do is tuck away the amazing Mr. Hat. Sir, I only lost sight of him for the briefest of moments. Then I saw that cape. Zach Gramarye's red cape fluttering like a cape. Astounding, sir! All my days of posing queries and making inquiries and chasing quarries, wasted. It was as if I could see them melting away like an ice cream cone left by the side of the road to die. on the scattered remains of a measly eaten chocolate parfait. Such sweet sorrows. What a yarn you do be spinning, my lad, I must say. I'm sorry. I had no idea how much you'd suffer on account of this case. It's an honor, sir. I've apologized to people many, many times. Sometimes more than once. But this is the first time anyone's ever apologized to me. Actually, about that girl, I'm sort of her guardian now. Is that so? Sir, you should know that I harbor no ill feelings whatsoever in my harbor, of which I am a boat. Okay. I let the defendant escape. That's the stone cold truth. And that's the bottom line. Because Mike Meekin said so. Just another step on my way from singing the blues to wearing the blues. Someday, sir, I'll be standing side by side with the great detective Gumshoe. Mr. Meekins, this is a free ticket to the show at the Wonder Bar. If you want. It's an honor, sir. Sir, I can't count the number of things I had taken from me, sir. But no one's ever given me anything for free. Right. I'll see you in court next time then, sir. I look forward to it. All eyes were on Zach Gramery that day in court until his mysterious disappearance. Now part of the mystery has been revealed, but the magician remained out of sight. It would be 7 years before I met him again. Alright, I mean, I kind of assumed as such. So that's good to know. Oh, hello. Oh. Well, dang. Yeah, no. I very much need to see that. Oh, I need to see that. Okay, okay. I'll be taking my leave now. Still have some work to do back at the office. Then I guess I'll go back to my piano. To be honest, it's better when you aren't playing. This frigid culinary dungeon almost feels comfortable. Later then. 2 hours left on my shift. Wonder if we'll get any customers tonight. Do you know who I am? Yes, yes I do. Who I am? No, but if you hum it, I can play it. Ha! I get the just kidding. I don't do requests. How about a different sort of request? You see, I play cards. Oh, a customer. I was just hoping someone would come in and save me from a night at the Keys. It's kind of interesting to be able to see his internal monologue as his modern self. I seek a true competition. I had heard the Borscht Bowl Club is the place for this. Now I see the rumor is true. And this is... Oh, God. Hello, why and how? A friend of yours? Ah! Don't mind me. I'm just your friendly neighborhood newsman. He will not be playing tonight. When his business is finished, I shall send him home. This competition will be between us. No others. The Right Talent Agency represents 2 artists. And I'm number 2. I play piano. Well, sort of. It's actually just a front for my real talent, which is playing poker. Don't ask me how I got started. I don't remember. But I'm good. Real good. It didn't take long for the rumors to get around. Go to the Borscht Bowl Club if you want a real game. That guy's never lost. People don't come to hear me tickle the ivory. They come to watch me play cards. Is this a seedy poker club? No, it's a restaurant. We don't play for high stakes. There's no money involved. But real players carry cash, and they're always thirsty. It's a handy source of income for the club owner. Let's compete. I'll take you to the room. The hideout, yes. But before we go, yes? Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Shady Smith. Oh, and I'm Brushel, Spark Brushel, news reporter. Oh, I'm... No, Phoenix Wright. Huh?
You must always look a man in the eye when you make your introductions. You still do not know who I am? Have we met? Today in this courtroom, you cannot declare me guilty. What you talking about? I'm talking about this once more Siakasing! Dear God, where'd he go? Somebody catch that magician! Jesus! But then he did escape, and now he's here. At least I was right. I mean, it was kind of obvious. They have the exact same face, but damn! Kind of blows that you're dead now, dude. Or at least you're going to be in the very near future. Can't be, but you're... Zach Gramarye? Yes, the reincarnation act of the century. Pity I have only an audience of one. Does that other guy not count? You. Zach Gramarye. This must be a bad dream. In a sense, this guy ruined my life. I know that Phoenix didn't, but damn, if the rest of the court knew knew this situation, damn, Phoenix would have had a hell of a motive. Whew! You there. Ah, Jesus. Okay, hi. Da. We will play soon. Ready the room. Da. I will be preparing the hideout for you. Are you really him? The Zach Gramarye? Now I am Shady Smith. Remember this. How many years has it been? 6? In exactly 3 days from now, it will be 7. I caused you much inconvenience, I fear. Yeah, you could say that. Is she well? Trucy, I mean. She's fine. I got her working already. Hope you don't mind. I need hardly express my gratitude, but you have it. This is why I have come. That, and to settle a matter of cards. By which he means poker? Those eyes, he's serious. Why did he want to destroy Phoenix's poker reputation? I despise losing above all else. And so, I have decided that I will win tonight, no matter what it takes. I know this guy's type, and they're dangerous. Everything's about the competition. All else is secondary. Perhaps we should take this time to talk before we play. I know you have much to ask me. And I, you. Alright then, sure. Let's, give it a go, I suppose. We competed that day 7 years ago, too. Ah, yes. You must have been surprised. Called to the detention center out of the blue. 2. 1. Showdown time. I lost. It's only a game of poker. A game I've played for a long time and only lost twice. Who was the first? The man I killed, of course. You choose your defense attorneys by playing poker. Some are hired, others fired. When you compete, you see a man's true nature. You know what I speak of. I know that you do. Trucy's power? Trucy? She is in a class of her own. For 7 years I've played poker here at the Borscht Bowl Club, and I've never lost once. I'm good, but not that good. I win because whenever there's a big game, I bring in Trucy. And she sends me signals. Daddy's got a good hand. You might have a chance if you act quick. Better call him soon. Can you tell me what her power is? Judging a person's thoughts by reading their reactions is a staple of performance magic. But those of Trucy's line possess far greater skill. Her line? Recall, you were the second man to whom I've lost. Magnifi Gramarye. That was the first time I learned of this power, as you call it. Wait, so you're saying her power is genetic? It's just in the Gramarye blood, or something.
have a very big question I would like to have answered right now. Without saying everything all at once, okay, you know what? Is it genetic? Can we get confirmation? Blood. I see. I'm sorry, but it is not something told lightly to outsiders. Okay, how about I hold back until we get all relevant information, yeah? It is nothing you need to know at this time. It's some kind of grammary secret, then. Fine. What's my court record? Oh. My court record is all this stuff still? Okay. Let's wait until we crack open that lock before I start saying any of the things I started thinking. She's 15 this year? She's still trying her best to follow in your footsteps, you know. I see. When I planned my disappearing act, it was the thought of her alone that gave me pause. Wait, you were planning on vanishing from the get-go? Yes, and for that I must apologize. However, I could not be found guilty that day. Because of this. This? A transferal of rights. You see the signature? A transferal? That's Magnifi Grammary's signature, isn't it? I hereby grant all rights to the secret staging and performance of my magic to the recipient named below. Zach Grammary. So then this was the real page of the book. And the recipient's name is you, Zach Grammary. Yes, it is I. Wait, this page looks torn. You recall the diary, yes? Hard to say that I can't. Take a close look at the diary. That page got torn. Note that a page has been clearly ripped out. As it just so happens, I have here what I believe to be the missing page. Wait, let me see that. How could I forget? That scrap of paper lost me my attorney's badge. This is the real page that was torn from that book. Magnifi gave it to me that night. You could have told me this earlier. Like, 7 years earlier. Once again, I must apologize. It was all I could do to prepare for my escape from the courtroom. Okay. The greatest of Magnifi Grammary's illusions are true art. As such, they are well protected by this document. It's only its bearer may perform his illusions on stage. Sounds like a pretty important thing to have if you're his disciple. As a rightful heir to his art, I, too, wanted a rightful heir. Rightful? I'm sure you know who I chose as my successor. Your daughter. And that is why I have risked all to come here tonight. Brushel? Sir! Ah! Here you go! What's this? A letter passing the rights I have inherited to Trucy. I would have you sign here as a witness. But, I'm not a lawyer anymore. And you need a public notary besides. Ah! I may not look it, but I'm a certified notary. You are? By day, I wear a notary's glasses and hunt for news. Also, by day, I wear a reporter's glasses and notarize. When I take off the glasses, I can't see very well. Your signature, please? This is the first reason I've come here tonight. Well, now we know what the little doodad is now. That's nice. Finally figured it out. Now I know why you've come out of hiding only now. It's been 7 years, you said? Precisely. Gotcha. There's a law that covers your situation. After 7 years, missing persons are considered to be legally deceased. So, if someone was to vanish from the face of the earth 7 years ago, they would lose all rights as a living person after 7 years from that day. Not to mention all of their possessions. Exactly. Which is why I am here. I risk showing my face in public for the sake of this document, before my 7 years are up. You might say I am securing my daughter's inheritance. But do you really need this document? Wouldn't Trucy inherit your estate automatically? Not in this case, I'm afraid. This case? Yes, I received the performance rights from Magnifi Grammary. However, this was done in secret, without witnesses. Before Magnifi died, 2 potential successors to his repertoire were named. Myself, Zach Gramarye, and Valent Gramarye. Not Trucy. I see. So you do need this document. I have known Brushel since before I vanished. He is a man I trust. Now only 3 know of my rebirth. I took the liberty of looking into Trucy's background, and found you had no other close kin. It is as you say. Okay. I was kind of hoping he'd say something about the mother at this point, but alright, fine. I know everyone else, but Trucy's mother is a mystery. I wonder, do you think I have enough to even do anything with this? I almost want to say that I can't possibly. I wonder. Let's see. Anything else of note? Alright, let's head back. This is gonna be a hell of a thing, I can't help but say. Okay. Let's just do our best. If I don't think I can, then I'll just back out, I guess. Seems to be the best course of action. Alright, let's see here. Let's do the old presento. Presento Molento, as they say, I suppose. Alright, you're hiding something, you. Let's hear it then. What are you hiding from me, Mr. Masham? I'm sorry, but I really don't know. I've never met the clients. True. When I asked the client's name, there were no Cyclops in sight. Regardless, you're hiding something. You have to be, otherwise it wouldn't make any sense. Why are you doing this to me? Well, I've made my stand, no backing down now. So, what's Masham hiding? Okay, yeah, no, this seems fairly clear-cut then. You're hiding the real forger. I can pretty much piece together what it is from what you said. What is it then? You told me what you knew about the clients, and I couldn't see any Psyclocks. Don't worry about that, you don't need to know what those are. Psycholocks? Is that some sort of asylum security? A new hairstyle, perhaps? But then they did show up, didn't they? Who was your client? As I said in court, I do not know. Really? Even for such a suspicious request? If it was me, I'd want to know as much as I could about the requester. I never met them. Not personally. Not personally. Those words triggered the Psychlock. Again with the Psycholocks. Now I really must know what they are. So you didn't meet with the clients, but someone else did. Maybe the real forger behind this evidence? Perhaps I'm hung up on this lock business. But I'm afraid you've lost me. And yet I'm making progress regardless. Yeah, well, I didn't come here to talk about Cyclops. As long as I come to the right conclusion, it doesn't matter how I got there. And your conclusion is? The real forger behind this wasn't you, Mr. Masham. Poppycock! I don't know what you're talking about. That's my work, I tell you. Made here in my studio. Who else could it have been but me? Well, that's the real question, isn't it? If the forger wasn't you, then I don't have many other people to choose from. The real forger at the studio is... Tiny Girl! The real forger is your daughter, Vera Masham, isn't it? Ridiculous! My daughter's only 12 years old, Mr. Wright. I've always been more one for landscapes, not surrealism. Nice comeback, but you're shaking in your boots. I got you now. The only 2 people with access to the studio are you and your daughter. The Cyclocks tell me you're not the forger, which makes your daughter the only possibility. I feel very much on the verge of going Psycholock myself. Yeah, I have that effect on people. Don't stress. Alright, let's talk about it, y'all. I don't know how you knew, but you're right. The one who made this page was my daughter, Vera, not I. She's only 12. A genius, you might call her. A precocious little girl outshining her father. There's been a lot of that going around recently. I let her play in the studio, and she watched me. She taught herself in that way. The drafting tools and analytical devices I bought were when they became necessary. They're my little girl's playthings now. Do I detect a bit of fatherly pride? So, Vera was the one who made this page. Would she know who the client was then? Actually, the client came once. Here to the studio. What? Why didn't you say so sooner? But their face was covered, and they did not want to talk to me. So they talked to your daughter? I will speak only with the artist, the client told me. Then the little girl is the key to our mystery client's true identity. Talk about your daughter, why don't you? Okay, what do I do now? Maybe I should talk to her father a bit more. Or is it time to turn my attention to Vera? I mean, I don't see why we, well, I suppose there's no sense in rushing things. Let's see if there's any more to get out of Daddy first. Oh, nothing? Okay, then. Alright, then, yeah, let's talk to Vera. Mr. Masham, I have a request. Let me guess, you'd like to speak with my daughter. Can I? My daughter has never been one to talk to strangers. She's quite shy, extremely so, actually. With only one exception, which was, oddly enough, it was that client's. I left the studio while they talked. I returned when they had finished, and she was laughing. It was the first time I'd seen anything of the sort. Please, let me speak with her. All right. Uh-oh. This could be tough. All right, this feels unlikely, but we're gonna give it a try anyway, I suppose. Vera, was it? I would like to have a friendly chat. I'm Phoenix Wright, ex-lawyer and pianist. I'm still looking for the keys that say do, re, mi. Can't find them anywhere. I'm no good at this. I need something to get through to this girl. So then I don't have what I need in order to talk to her? And is that what I'm left to ponder on, I suppose? Alright then. Vera, was it? I'd like to have a... Okay, yeah, so no, it's all the exact same thing. Okay, then I don't think I can do anything about this. Yeah, this doesn't look right at all. Okay. Then I wonder... Okay, I guess. What on earth am I supposed to do? Oh! Hang on. Right, Trucy's locket. Okay, we wanted information about this. Anything that progresses anything. The person in the photo is Trucy's mother. How did you come by this? Trucy showed it to me. She said her mother was gone. Then it is so. Eh? She is gone. What more is there to say? Lots. Ah, God, I keep forgetting you're here. I know. Whoa, you're still here? Phoenix, you and me! Why are we this way? According to my in-depth research, Trucy's mother, Magnifi Grammarier's only daughter. End quote. Magnifi's daughter? Is that true, Mr. Zack? Brushel! You say too much! What? Why am I the bad guy? Why? Zack decked him. Whoa, okay, that's assault. In any case, Mr. Wright, this discussion is over. Thalassa Grammary. She's the most mysterious of the whole lot. I need to gather me some more evidence, clearly. Well, the prelude may have been longer than the main attraction. Shall we begin our game? Oh, my final competition? Final? Why? As you said, I have come out of hiding today to make this document legally binding. Once that is done, I shall slip once more underground. Without seeing your daughter? It would be best if I did not. 7 years ago we played. 7 years ago I lost. I already lost to Magnifi, and do not care to lose to another. And I have heard that you never lose. It's just a rumor. Yes, for it is impossible to never lose, unless one has an ace up one's sleeve. As a magician, it causes me no end of irritation. To think a mere lawyer might be out there pulling the wool over so many eyes. Hey, I just signed your document for you. Maybe you could try lightening up? That was that. This is this. For my final competition, I will destroy your perfect record, Phoenix Wright. This will be my final performance. You are warned. This guy is beyond serious. So much for a fun evening of cards. Brushel, you may leave. Ah, but it's your last game. I mean, what a scoop! I punch and I punch, but still it is not enough. I just remembered a prior engagement. Toodles, gentlemen. Oh, and nice meeting you, Piano Man. So you beat that guy up on the regular? Because that's, like, disturbing, dude. Then let us begin, dealer. You will be witness to our competition. It is honor for me. Why haven't I seen her around here before? That reminds me. I saw a familiar face as I entered this restaurant. He did not seem to notice me, however. Gavin, I believe was his name. You know him? After a fashion. Listen, Phoenix Wright. One can learn much from a true competition. Remember this. Wait, but what about the psych lock? The Gramarye power. I was close to understanding it, but I needed more. Yeah, I really do. And I knew where to get it. Trucy's mother. I'd need to meet that reporter again. That was clear. And one other thing. From the moment my final competition with Zack began that night, a name was running through my head. The name of a man now in prison. A name Zack Gramarye knew, but how? And why? Considering that Gavin, or rather Kristoff, what kind of solitary cell is that? I was gonna say, considering Kristoff is the one who murdered him, they clearly have a history. What? In what realm of reality is this a prison cell? Well, isn't this an unexpected surprise? What errand brings you down to my cramped confines, Gavin? Is this your idea of revenge, Phoenix Wright? Revenge for the events that took away your attorney's badge 7 years ago? My past is like my logic, straight and true. Nothing's changed. All I did was point the finger of justice in the proper direction. Fine. I'm glad we could have this little tete-a-tete, right? You look well, Phoenix Wright. You too, Gavin. Life has been full of surprises for both of us. I've no doubt you never expected to lose that attorney's badge of yours. And I'll bet you never expected to wind up here. Shady Smith was the name of the man you killed. Did you know who he really was? Who he was? Zack Gramarye. You know, the defendant. I remember him, of course. But you say Smith was Zack? Impossible. Don't even try to tell me it was a coincidence. What did I just say? Life is full of surprises, don't you think? After that trial, you were arrested and found guilty. But your motive was never made clear. A mistake I plan to remedy. You're not an attorney anymore, Phoenix Wright. What possible conclusion do you think this investigation of yours can lead to? I killed a man named Smith with a bottle because I am an evil human being. Isn't that enough? Not for me, it isn't. I need to know why you did it, Gavin. You recall that case 7 years ago? Ah, yes, the trial where Zack Gramarye pulled his famous vanishing act. My brother won his fair share of praise and adoration for that trial, as I recall. Genius prosecutor reveals crooked attorney, was it? That was when I met you, wasn't it? Was it now? The Bar Association Review Board voted unanimously for the strictest punishment. Unanimous, save for one dissenting opinion. Yours. It was my brother who was responsible for putting you in that position, after all. For 7 years we've been friends. And yet, I still don't understand you.
But right, your friendship towards me was never pure. You suspected me then as you still do now, don't you? Honestly, right now I'm not sure what I think. You didn't just brain a guy with a juice bottle for no reason. Tell me why you did it. Persistent, aren't you? I came here because I remembered something. The night of our game, Zach Gramarye mentioned your name, Gavin. That reminds me, I saw a familiar face as I entered the restaurant. He did not seem to notice me, however. Gavin, I believe was his name. After that, he was killed, and I asked you to help me. Because I remembered your kindness back when everyone had turned on me. I seem to be in a bit of trouble. Something like that. Dead. Someone hit him hard. Me? Please. The cops should be here any minute. I'm in your hands, should it come to that. I have to know. Why did you kill Shady Smith? No. Zach Gramarye. What in God's name? Whoa! I've never seen Cyclocks like these. Dark. Cold. Full of despair. Can I even unlock these things? Something wrong, right? No, it's nothing. You shouldn't push yourself so hard. Was that always there? Life is to be taken easy, you know? That was not there on that table. He's doing his nails. That's familiar. You're thinking, what self-respecting man would use nail polish? Not really. I know appearances are a big thing with you. You know what I say? One cannot live a beautiful life without beautiful nails. First rate in all things, except nothing less. It certainly does look like first-rate nail polish. I like the sparkly bottle. It's crystal. If you're so drawn to it, please, have one. It's on me. Wait. Would I even be able to use this? Weird. What's with the envelope? The yellow envelope! That envelope's been bothering me since I came in here. It's not nice to peek at other people's mail. You get mail here in jail? That I do. Though they read it first, apparently. Still, I am allowed the pleasure of correspondence. Packages and the like are a different matter, however. Looks like sneaking a peek is out of the question. Nice roses. You taking care of this one here? Ah, yes. She's surprisingly delicate, you know. Requires careful tending, but she is my best friend, as they say. Your best friend is a rose? Best. Come on now, I'm starting to feel bad for you. Oh? Of course. She's known to bite if handled roughly. Your roses bites? I was speaking of the photo next to the rose. My retriever, Vongol. Cute, but feisty. Every dog has its thorn. I see. Okay. Why do you get to have so much stuff? It's strange, you know. Here I am in solitary, and yet the books keep piling up. Looks like you got more than books up there. Ah, yes, my collection. I have a few friends on the prison staff, and they show me a little kindness. Just a little. You have a whole ass bird, man. What the hell? That's some chair. Just looking at it makes me want to take a seat. You'd probably have to add a whole digit to the price on one of my office chairs. In here, a comfortable chair is the most valuable thing in the world. You'd have to add 2 digits to the price of the standard prison-issue chair for this. Those prison chairs don't look so bad either. Maybe I should redecorate. Okay. Weird as this honestly sounds to me, but hang on. Can I take this piece of evidence to the past? Is that even a thing?
seems so. What do you think about this? I think I just made her nervous. I need something to grab her attention, but what? I really thought that would have worked, considering that, you know, she was using it in the present... Wait, yeah, she was using it in the present times. What? Okay, interesting. I have absolutely no idea how on earth I'm supposed to do this, man. Okay. So if that's not going to work, what is?